of leather on willow, followed by a gallon or so of gin. So if you no longer wish to fill the pockets of the already rich and worthless, don't watch these thugs and adulterers run about the place chasing dollars. Join me on a picnic. I'll bring my Duncan Fernley and some 78s, and we shall celebrate the fact that they're out of the country. The Diomedis are distracted, and for a few weeks, England is ours. Sing with me now.
Let's get this over and done with. Then we can get back to the cricket. Right then, let's get this over and done with. Then we'll get back to the crease. Let's get this over and done with. Then we can get back to the cricket. Right then, let's get this over and done with. Then cucumber sandwich and cheese. Let's get this over and done with. Then we can get back to the cricket. Right then, let's get this over and done with. Then we'll get back to the crease.
And so I don't show favoritism between the two major chap hop artists, here's Professor Elemental with Everything Stops for Tea.
You're sitting at your desk, the report's due in by 3, and it's 10 past now, but for heaven's sake, it's still about time for tea. Or your wife or husband's left you, taking kids' furniture and the keys. Well, pull yourself together, keep calm, carry on, take time out for tea. A superhero saves the world from a fiendish villain spree. Needs to get back to the Batcave, where Alfred's got the tea. A captain on the ocean hits an iceberg and might freeze, but before he bans the lifeboat, well, there's still time for tea.
It's a very good English custom for the weather be cold or hot. If you need a little pickup, your little teacup will always hit the spot. The soldiers may be fighting in the trenches or a battleship at sea, but there isn't any war when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea.
1, 2, 3, 4, everything stops for tea. 1, 2, 3, 4, everything stops for tea. 1, 2, 3, 4, everything stops for tea. 1, 2, 3, 4, everything stops for tea. This truly mighty empire wasn't built in an afternoon, 'cause we had to stop for muffins and stuff, buttered crumpets and a fresh pot brewed for 2. Gamekeeper or a poacher, where the lord or the cleaner of Baloo, where the rich or poor, when the clock strikes 4, you know just what to do. When Queen Vic ran the country, she was grumpy then, my friend. Just a little bit of puff and a pot of brown stuff, and it picked her up again. If your life is filled with hardships, well, that's awful, poor old you. But you'll always have me, and you'll always have tea, so come on and pour that brew.
It's a very good English custom for the weather be cold or hot. If you need a little pickup, your little teacup will always hit the spot. The soldiers may be fighting in the trenches or a battleship at sea, but there isn't any war when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea.
Of course, vaudeville is part of the diesel punk aesthetic as well. I'll get my mouth working here in a minute. So it would not be complete without Betty Boop. Here's I Want to Be Loved by You by Betty Boop, who was actually sung by Helen Kane.
I'm not one of the greedy kind. All of my wants are simple. I know what's on my mind. I'm not resting until I find what would make your eyes glisten with joy. Now listen, big boy. I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. I wanna be loved by you alone. Boop boop ba-doo. I wanna be kissed by you, just you, nobody else but you. I wanna be kissed by you alone. I couldn't aspire to anything higher than feel the desire to make you my own. I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. I wanna be loved by you alone. I couldn't aspire to anything higher than feel the desire to make you my own. I wanna be loved by you, just you and nobody else but you. I wanna be loved by you.
The 1920s saw the birth of the ragtime music, and one of the biggest hits of the ragtime era was Maple Leaf Rag. Here's Ski Whiff with an electro swing remix of Maple Leaf Rag featuring a number of artists.
Dixieland. Hey, on. Yes, indeed. Tommy Dorsey. Mr. Humphrey Littleton!
Thank you very much.
I hope you've enjoyed our journey through time as we've listened to music from the 1910s, 1920s, 1930s, 40s, and 50s, as well as some of the more modern electro swing music that combines that with today's electronic sound. We've looked at some wide variety of music, including Western swing, which is often overlooked in the diesel punk community, but fits into that same aesthetic era. So I hope you've enjoyed the show, and I look forward to bringing you another music cast next month here on Swing What You Got.
This has been Swing What You Got, the music cast portion of the Diesel Powered Podcast by DJ Swag Commander, sponsored by Audible.com. Get your free audiobook by going to audiotrial.com/dieselpoweredpodcast. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Swing What You Got, musical portion of the Diesel Powered Podcast, brought to you by Audible.com. Again, get your free book by going to audiotrial.com/dieselpoweredpodcast.
Swing what you got to save your soul. Swing what you got for it gets old. When troubles gather round, don't start in a frown. Just put on your dancing shoes and dance them out of town. The world is full of music, don't you know? Not just what is on your radio. So every gal and gate, come on, let's celebrate and swing what you got to save your soul.